Good morning. Today we'll discuss Robert Frost as a poet of man. Frost is a 20th century poet who deals realistically with his world through man and nature. Frost is widely thought to be a nature poet, but this seems to be a misconception. Although most of his poems are filled with nature images, his real subject is humanity. He gives more importance to man than to nature. Frost himself has admitted that he had only 3 or 4 pure nature poems. The rest were human portraits with a nature setting. Frost's poetry differs from that of 19th century poetry in response and tone. His subtlety and sly wit is often undetected except by the most observant. His material is presented honestly and without sentimentality. Frost's focus remains on the drama of man in nature, whether it is in his lyric, narrative, or dramatic poetry. Humanity as the central subject of Frost's poetry. Frost has written almost on every subject. He has illuminated things as common as a whoople and as uncommon as prehistoric pebble. He has written on bird singing, revolt of a factory writer, but his central subject is humanity. His poetry lives with a particular aliveness because it expresses living people. Other poets have written about people, but Frost's poem work and walk about people, their conversing, and tell their tales with the freedom of common speech. Frost's dramatic poems reveal intricate tensions in human relationships. In his longer narrative poems, he couples together inward fears and external problems with the most interesting results. In his lyric poetry, love appears to be more prevalent. So we can say that he is a major poet of our time. To Frost, nature may be a symbol of man's relation to the world, but the most important aspect in his poetry remains his strong underlying message about man. His treatment of man is quite realistic. He has drawn the life of common men and women without in any way trying to glorify or idealize them. He has known humanity without its manners, and while on one hand he has studied in stony pastures, on the other hand he has seen in academics of art and science. His treatment of humanity is free from romantic exaggeration, but at the same time, he did not allow it to be in the form of photographic representation. Frost realism is free from any taintedness or shoddiness. He has attempts he has made many attempts to define realism, and no two definitions have agreed with each other. It seems safe to say that a realist is one who really knows what he is talking about. So we can say that Frost is a realist, for no American writer knows his subjects, people, places so thoroughly. But his peculiar kind of realism. It does not insist on a catalogue of mean trifles, but he but on a piling up of brutal details. He has portrayed men and women sympathetically. His treatment of man strikes us as ordinary. It is his sympathetic portrayal of man and woman. According to George Nietzsche, Frost is important because he has demonstrated by his performance in North of Boston and in a substantial scattering of poems since then how much a poet can accomplish by a sympathetic identification with officially unimportant people, by absorption in a locale, by the ability to hear and retain and reconstruct the sound of speech, and by fidelity to a limited concept of experience. Unquote. Ezra Pound has also said about Frost that Frost people are distinctly real. Their speech is real, he has known them, he has drawn the pictures of the firm gatherer, the figure in the doorway, the young wretch, etc., in his poems. The types of men that Frost has drawn place and put before us are different pictures of man. Frost has as much to say of happy meetings, of friendly encounters and generous neighborliness, and all aspects of man's life, together with the fact that his little dramas are enacted amidst the ordinary caring for crops and creatures, further distinguishes them from the pomp and uh, circumstances of narrative poems, while their humor gives them a salty quality. The people about whom Frost writes are usually people from New England who have cultivated in their rocky land with stubborn courage and bear the drudgery and isolation of their lot. They fully represent the aspects and situations to which they belong, but there is not so much of life and blood in them as we find in the rustic people of Wordsworth. Therefore, we can say that Frost's treatment of humanity without its accompanying manners constitutes one of the most important cause of his popularity. Thank you.